Today I have a novel. It's by Muriel Spark and it's called The Public Image. It's about a movie actress. It's from 1968. It's very brief, a novella really, but it's in a separate book. 144 pages. And it has a picture by Man Ray, or a rayograph. Yeah, a rayograph from 1922 by Man Ray on the cover. Anyway, Muriel Spark, I keep reading Muriel Spark. Why did I read this one? Why did I pick this one up? I was browsing the formerly called Mid-Manhattan Library in Manhattan, naturally, which is a very large library, which is where they keep most of the books, and they have some books at the branches. And, you know, I really get my books through the computer and say, deliver this one to my branch, so forth. So, but I went up there, I was in between books, and I don't even remember what I read last, but I was in between books and I wanted a book, and I wanted actually to read We Need to Talk About Kevin. And the website said that we need to talk about Kevin by Lionel Shriver was up there in the formerly Mid-Manhattan Library. Oh, there's my camera there too, huh? How clever. So I went up there and looked for it. I couldn't find it, and so I was kind of frustrated. I said, what should I read? What should I read? So I went, you know, on my beaten path, I went to the Muriel Spark section, and was thinking I would read The Comforters, which was her first novel, which has to do with taking some kind of a drug or something and having hallucinations, some sort of medicinal drug and having hallucinations. But that one wasn't there. So The Public Image won, and The Public Image was really kind of amusing, kind of good. What it has to do with is a public image of an actress. What is the actress's name? Does it really matter? The actresses, Annabella Christopher. Annabella Christopher and Frederick Christopher. There's this couple, two people. Annabella is the star who has risen to a position of lady tiger or something, as if it's some sort of a brand. I don't really know what that actually entailed, but that was sort of the public image that she was getting from the roles she was in. So she was the Lady Tiger. Her career was on the rise, and meanwhile her husband was also an actor, and he only liked to do theater and serious theater and so forth, while she's doing all these movies. He starts writing plays instead, and screenplays, and he gets some stuff published. But there seems to be a real resentment with the husband here, and you know, they turns into a real resentment because he really tries to screw her up and screw up her public image in a way that that involved something quite extreme. So that was all kind of interesting. He's nutty, you know, the husband. And there's another friend involved, Billy O'Brien, who's the husband's friend, and you know, he's supposed to be Annabella's friend too, but it turns out not so much. So it is all about this business of being an actor and and public image and the press. They are in Rome. It all takes place in Rome, where she's getting ready to shoot a new film with of course, an Italian director. And she also has a baby. So the baby just comes actually in the course of the novel. I don't know what the timeline, how long it all goes on, but first she doesn't have a baby, and then she has a baby. So they have this baby, and the husband keeps disappearing. and she's kind of left to her own devices, and the husband's not around, and they move into a nice new apartment with the baby, and she's there in the new apartment with the baby. None of the furniture is there yet, so she's partly living still in the hotel and with the baby in the apartment. And what happens is that the husband sends all these people over for a party. All these people are coming, all these people that she doesn't know, to have a party, and they're bringing liquor, and the guy O'Brien is there, and he brings a guy named Kurt, who is a German, gossip columnist. So it's kind of a tricky situation for Annabelle. She doesn't want any of these people there. They all start getting drunk. A girl passes out in the bathroom from barbiturates. It's a crazy scene. And at the same time it's going on, something goes on with the husband that it changes the course of the novel like that, okay, at the same time. And it was all planned by the husband. As I said, he's really trying to mess her up. So the themes in this are, public image, actresses in movies. Suicide plays into the plot quite a bit, and threats of suicide and revenge in suicide in a way. So it's a really kind of good little book, and I quite enjoy it. I like Muriel Spark's novels. I think she's probably the most videoed in my little tickled to death viewers here. I think there's been like 3, 4, 5 novels, 3, 4. There's been a few novels already that I've read from Muriel Spark, and this adds to that. So I guess I quite like Muriel Spark. Most famous for The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie, which is, a terrific movie. And if you haven't seen The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie, find it and watch it. It might be on OK.ru probably, if nowhere else. So it's a Maggie Smith big movie from 1970, and it was a big movie for me, for my life. So right around that time, see, Muriel Sparks' fame was on the rise, and she probably had to have some sort of a public image herself. I know she has a son. She had a son, and there was some kind of a falling out with the son. I don't remember the story about all that. But so, it seems like there's something real behind this story. Yeah, she's the English tiger lady in the movies. So it's all about how she's trying to protect her image, and whether it's worthwhile to protect this public image so she can keep working as this English tiger lady in the movies, and what goes on with all that. So now, as far as movies go, I've been an actor myself. I've done a lot of student films. Like 10 years ago, I did several student films where I played leading roles and so forth. And actually tonight, here in Manhattan, I'm going to walk to the West Village from the East Village and go to a theater named Cinema Village and see My Last Best Friend with Eric Roberts and Carol Alt. And it's a movie that I'm in. I'm in as a homeless person in a very brief scene. I don't have any lines. I think he had me dub in a line later, can you give me a handout or something? Because I interact with Eric Roberts. And this was shot during the pandemic. This is shot a couple years ago. And we did this little scene on the subway, and I talked to Eric a little bit, and he was quite nice to me. So and Eric Roberts is great. Eric Roberts has done a billion movies, the hardest working man in show business. So I'm gonna go see that tonight. So I just wanted to knock this out before I went. And The Public Image by Muriel Spark. Like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you on another day.